Hi there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience, so I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. I'ma watch CARDCAPTOR Sakura. Why? Why not? It's there on Netflix. I saw it when I was looking for Doro Hedoro, and I thought, CARDCAPTOR Sakura. I've not seen that. I've heard of it, but I've not seen that. Perhaps I shall remedy that. Show description. After a young girl, probably the titular Sakura, breaks the seal of a magical book, releasing the spirits of the cards inside, she must become a card captor and retrieve them. And there's 70 episodes. Were there 70 cards in that deck? Is it one magical creature card per episode? I don't know. I don't think I've even seen any footage of this show. I can't even call up what CARDCAPTOR Sakura's design is. Am I interested in this show? No. Is it aimed at me? No. Do I think I'll like it? Probably not. Am I going to hold that against the show? Yeah, I mean, if it achieves its purpose, I'll probably be fine with it. But if it sucks, I'm not going to be shy about saying that. But I could come away quite impressed. Last year I think I did a debut review for Sailor Moon, and I thought that was really good. So, alright. CARDCAPTOR Sakura, show me what you've got. So the show description was not exactly accurate. It reads, after a young girl breaks the seal of a magical book, blah blah blah, Sakura does not break the seal of said magical book, which is called The Clow. Well, it's not pronounced Clow, but that's how it's spelled, so that's how I'm going to say it, because it's kind of a funny word. Clow. Fear the Clow! The book breaks its own seal. It's like making a bunch of grumbly noises, and Sakura is trying to eat pudding, but she can't because there's a big grumbly sound coming from her dad's study. So she goes to investigate, and she finds the Clow! And the book has a latch on it, and the latch just pops open of its own accord. And she goes, huh. The Clow. And opens it up, and it's a book that's hollowed out and has a bunch of cards in it. And she takes out the top one, and it says, Windy. And so she tries to enunciate the English word windy, which she has a little trouble doing. Not an easy word for Japanese speakers. And it gets windy. And all the cards are blown around the office and somehow just kind of translocate around the neighborhood, Japan, the world. They go bye-bye. So now we have an empty The Clow and one card left. Windy. And there's a cute little yellow weasel with wings. I don't know what animal this is supposed to be. But as soon as it popped up, I was like, oh no. Oh no. Cute animal mascot. Luckily, it has a normal voice. Not like a high-pitched voice like this or some ridiculous thing. It has a regular voice. And it can be amusingly snarky. It's like, hey, this is the book The Clow. Oh my god, all the cards. Where are the cards? And Sakura says, well, so I opened it, and the little weasel says, yeah. And I had this card, and and it said windy, right, and I said windy, okay, and it got windy. That'll happen. And all the cards blew away. Nani? So, there's some amusing bits. I think what stood out the most to me was little Sakura goes to school via rollerblade. So she slips off her slippers and she laces up her rollerblades. Then she puts on her knee pads. Then she puts on her elbow pads. And she puts on her wrist guards. And then she leaves. No helmet. No helmet! Shoes, knees, elbows, wrist guard, no helmet. That is not ideal. That is not ultimately safe. Wear a helmet, Sakura. Wear a helmet. So, the little yellow weasel says, "You are now a card captor." That is someone who captures cards. And she's like, "Yeah, I got that." So, hey, look, a giant bird. That's one of the cards. Really looks like a giant bird. Let's go get it. How? Strap on your rollerblades. Get a helmet. No helmet. No. All right, fine. So out she goes on her rollerblades and knee pads and elbow pads and wrist guards, but no helmet. And chases down a giant bird. And she says, now what? And little yellow weasel says, "You're the card captor. You figure it out." And she goes, "Run away!" It seems like a good plan to me. Now, little Sakura is a very athletic young woman. She can do a standing backflip, and she can twirl batons. So good on her. Apparently she's not very good at math, though. Oh well, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. I, for example, am quite good at math. But I can't do a standing backflip. At least I'm going to assume I can't do that. I'm not going to try it. I'd probably land on my head. So, so she's running away from a giant bird. And she skates up the side of an embankment, does a flip, and lands on the bird. And then the little yellow weasel's like, "Use the magic of the card!" And I'm like, well, okay, I guess using wind you could do something to blow the bird out of the sky, or like move the air out from under its wings so that it can't achieve lift or something. No, we make a wind rope, a binding out of wind that binds the bird and crashes it into the ground. And then she gives it a nice little smack on the head and turns it back into a card, which she now has the card so she can use the power of flight, which doesn't bring back the bird. It makes her little... She has a magic card captor wand, or baton, and she rides it like a broomstick. Giant bird's cooler, but okay. So I guess that's how the series is going to work, is the more cards she collects, the more powers she has at her disposal. Fine. Show's fine. Did I hate it? No. Did I like it? It's alright, it's fine. Does what it sets out to do. It's fine. Nothing I found particularly annoying or anything. It's fine. Am I going to watch any more? No. I found it pretty average. Yeah. So far, at least episode 1, not doing anything particularly special. There's nothing about the design or aesthetics or animation or really even action scenes that, you know, it's like, ooh, that's neat. It's fine. It's fine. I do like the fact that the book's named The Clow, even though it's not exactly pronounced Clow. For some reason, that's funny to me. I like the fact that Sakura is already athletic. That's cool. Usually characters like these are completely bumbling putzes. She can be a bit scatterbrained because she has visions. Which is kind of weird that Cardcaptor appears to be an established title. Like, these cards go missing all the damn time. Enough so that there's actually a specific job for recovering them. I think the little yellow weasel who is the guardian of the Clow should be fired and replaced with something that's much better at its job. So, yeah, that's Cardcaptor Sakura. Is it based on a manga? You bet your butt it's based on a manga. Almost all anime is. Not all of it. As I mentioned in the last one, there's, plenty known ones. Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, those are not based on a manga. But Cardcaptor Sakura is. And you know what that means? You know what the significance of that is in context of the show? There's none. I'm rambling. Thought I'd bring it up. The moral of the story, I think we can all agree on, is the supernatural should never get between a schoolgirl and her pudding.